Look, it's absolutely buzzing around here. It's like, do you know what? It feels like we've just won a cup final or something. So, you know, let's actually talk about it in all seriousness. Though. How are you feeling right now?
You know what? Everybody say to me, you know what, on all the WhatsApp groups and all the other fans, you know, Liverpool fans, City fans, Arsenal, they're all like, well, you only beat Cardiff. You only beat Huddersfield. Hey, we're beating Bournemouth. Listen, it's not about that. They don't understand. They don't watch United like we do. For 18 months, we've been in depression. We were depressed.
Literally,
especially. We were depressed. I was depressed. For me, I said, win, lose or draw. I want to see attacking football. Most people don't understand that. I've seen Man United lift everything. We won everything. Every trophy there is. So for me, it's no shame in losing. There is never a shame in losing. But one thing I cannot understand is fans' apathy and bad football. And Jose was stealing a living. He was stealing a living, bro. And for me, it was the best. To me, when I heard that he got sacked, I was like, oh my word. Oh my word.
Christmas just came early.
Christmas came early. You know what? I was just sat there, honestly, for about an hour. I was just in shock, thinking they pulled the plug. Finally did it. But for me, let's put that aside. Most fans will never understand. It's like we've got our United back. That's the biggest thing. And I don't want to say that like what about Arsenal, but we've got United back, our identity, the way we play football, the way we are as fans, our history, our heritage. That is, to me, win, lose or draw. If he would have drawn today, he would have lost. To me, I'm not going to get on Ollie's back because he's a hero. I will never forget 90. Never. That goal. Never. He can do no wrong for me. No wrong, mate.
Well, we can lose every single game from now to the summer.
And I don't care. Listen, honestly, I don't care because to me, he's that hero. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I talk about him, I get goosebumps.
All right, you know what? I'm going to flip that then. With that whole hero status and that, have we got to be careful that we don't try finish off the love story and keep him because there was I saw someone on TalkSport where someone said that what Ollie's come and done is not hard. Anyone, a fan, he's like a fan. Anyone could have come and said to the players, you play for Man United, go and express yourself. When it gets past that and it actually comes to decision time to bring it down to reality, do we need to be careful that we don't get caught up in a love story? Or no, we should be looking closer to home.
Listen, you know what? To me, he knows his club, so only time will tell. Only time will tell to the end of the season. For me, the bigger test ahead, of course, we can all sing Ollie, we can all get excited, but the bigger tests are ahead. So we'll see how we are in the big teams. How many times have I come here and moaned about Matic? Let's look at the game. Matic is like a new signing, but to me still, he's still a bit too slow in the big games when you got mobile midfielders playing the ball around him. I don't want to be negative, but that's got so all of the players. And all of those POGBA haters, I've just got to say, what have you got to say now? What have you got to say now? All of those, and the rest of you are jumping on a POGBA bandwagon now, mate.
You're not allowed on it. You're not allowed on it.
You know what? You know what? That's it.
Who said it?
Listen, this is Alex. Alex is come most times when he's come, he's watched United lose or draw.
How are you feeling now? How are you feeling now?
Good.
Are you happy now?
Yeah.
Who was a standout performer for you today?
POGBA.
POGBA. And you know what? I've got to say, man. Marcus Rashford today.
Oh my
he
God.
I said before he come off, I was like, maybe it shouldn't be him who comes off, maybe put him on the right 'cause he's having a good game. But you know what? You actually think about it, he covered every single blade of grass.
That, you know what, for me, apparently he was ill against Huddersfield and he still played. For me, just, you know what, when you're from a Manchester, when you're from around here, and it's like one of our own, do you know what I mean, on that pitch, playing, giving everything. For me, that's the dream. He's living the dream playing for Man United. Like the things that we all dreamed of playing for this great club. So for me, I can only say he's got to still be number one for me. Lukaku also, any of them have to fight to get him.
He set the bar now.
He set the bar now to me with the pressing. Do you see how he's pressing?
And you know what? It's infectious because he goes, then Martial will go, then Jesse will go, then the midfield moves up.
To me, he's pressing, and people might think, all right, you know what? He's running like a headless chicken. But to me, he sets the tone. Him and Herrera, Jesse, when he goes, they all go. It's like he's a trigger. They all go and press. And that's what fans, other clubs will not understand. We didn't have that. We had games where we were so passive, we would go in our 30, Matic would be right next to Lindelof, right? That's what he would be. Sideways. And now we defend from the halfway line. We camp teams in. And that's what we all scream.
The recovery of the ball is definitely intensified, and we're winning, and they're winning the ball higher up the pitch.
And now all of those people are saying, "Oh, POGBA, but he loses the ball," and people are like, "But it's only Huddersfield. It's only this." Listen, it was only bloody Derby. Do you know what I mean? It was only Palace.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And we pedestrian football, and week after week, I was coming in here moaning to you, right?
It's nice to get the relief, innit?
To me, it's just when he went, whatever they said, it's still Ollie's got to lift those players and got to talk to them. So I want to see what Ollie does in the training ground and the rest of the coaching team, what they do, and how we set up against the big teams. Like that, to me, that Tottenham game's the key. It's the key game.
I'd say he gave us confidence. That's what he did.
Yeah.
And to me, it made players believe. I mean, you see what Rooney said. Rooney was like, even the tea lady at the cafe was sad. Do you know what I mean? That was just what Jose was. So for me, I'm happy. I'm just happy to come to Old Trafford, and I've not heard atmosphere like that for a long time.
Rocking, innit?
Where the whole stadium was singing, and the whole stadium got up to applaud Rashford when he got off.
Yeah. Since
And
Brady got
for me,
sacked,
Rashford has to stay as the main striker, because the movement he gives us, he has to stay as the main striker. Lukaku can come on.
Before you go, who was your man of the match?
It's hard for me to pick it up. Honestly, you know what? Honestly. You know what? Rashford. Because you know what? Rashford ran his heart out even though he's fatigued. You can tell. I mean, I've seen parts of the game where he's just like that holding his knees. But it's easy to say Pogba. But to me, Rashford set the tone. Rashford set the tone, and I'm so happy that he scored. I was happy for him. Nice one.
Cool. Yeah, cool.